It's always good to know that you have farm fresh galanga, kuryengkatlat. I don't know. I've got my Redbird Fire Department T-shirt on. Proud Redbird Fire Department. Yeah, it's getting close to Redbird. Actually, it's a month from today. We'll be driving down to Redbird on the mission trip. But today we're continuing our Tai Chi version. Yeah, we haven't gotten around to explaining Tai Chi yet. I still sort of am like curious and I'm confused by the Tai Chi I'm doing. Yeah, it's sort of like that. And then you go, and then you go, and you keep your arms so you like have an egg under your armpit, but you're not crushing it and you're not dropping it, and you go, you can feel, try that. Just, all right. I don't know what it's called. Let's call it the Tai Chi Thai meal. We're going to go, ooh, keep it close. Go, put your leg out, go. Anyhow, that's sort of like the introduction to Tai Chi with PD. I got a new job, the Tai Chi instructor. Anyhow, it is Friday. We're in the kitchen, and we've got the lime, but we don't got the coconut. No coconut. And actually, surprisingly, and I'll give you this little at the end of this, if you wanted to make this a creamy soup. We're making a soup. We're traveling to Thailand. Or not traveling to Thailand, but we're making a classic Thai soup today. And we're making one version. And then the other version, there's probably more than one version. Well, there is actually more than one version. So the one thing you need to know is that even though I'm using shrimp as my protein, beep, that was for something else. You can alter this recipe and make it with chicken or tofu if you're maybe not tofu, maybe tofu. I don't know. I've never thought about it with tofu, but you just have to not use shrimp and shellfish. If you're allergic to shrimp, don't make this because it's loaded with shrimp flavors and everything. And it's got the lime and no coconut. So here's what's going on at St. Paul's United Methodist Church. We have a men's breakfast tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock at the Piston Diner in Westville, New Jersey. This is almost like doing Tai Chi, the lime up and down the line. So that's coming up tomorrow at 8 o'clock. At 9:30, it's the Saturday Morning Funnies. Thank you for those of you who've been sending me the Saturday Morning Funnies. We've got a nice array of jokes for tomorrow to share with you. Sunday is church at 9:30, and it's Holy Communion. Oh, I'm getting dizzy. It's Holy Communion at Church Farm Fresh Galanga, or what does it call it? Kuryengkatlat. Yeah, okay. And actually, the Tom Yum, what we call Tom Yum soup is Tom Yum goon. Goon. Yeah, goon. I'll tell you the goons. I got to show you something in a second. But anyhow, stpaulsalive.org is the church website. We also are still, Jim Clement has coupons for Heritage's hoagies, submarine sandwiches, whatever you want to call them, freshly sliced at Heritage's. And it raised money for our Redbird mission trip. I know it's sort of reversed its mirror because I need a cameraman and I need the studio and I need lights, I need makeup, I need a lot of stuff. So anyhow, I think that's all. Go to stpaulsalive.org and you'll find out what's going on at church. So today we are making Tom Yum soup with shrimp, which is Tom Yum goon. So for this, you're going to need to you can create your own shrimp stock, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to actually take 3 cups of unsalted chicken broth and a cup of, well, I am making my own shrimp stock, now to think of it. Yeah, but you could just use seafood broth or whatever, chicken stock, unsalted chicken stock is what I would do. Forget what I said about the seafood stock. That creates a whole different taste on the palate. But we're going to make the shrimp stock today. Yeah, you lose control. So you're going to need 12 to 15 medium or large shrimpies. And I hate to say it, you want to have the head on. Hi there, I'm the shrimpy. Yeah, you want to have the head on because this is if you're making the shrimp stock. It's like a puppet show with the shrimpy. So you need 12 or 15. Oh, by the way, and this is, again, a thrifty recipe because I went to the Asian market and everything for this soup, which serves about 4, and if you put rice on, it'll serve even more. This whole thing came to like $15 or $16 to do this whole thing, and you get shrimpies and everything else. We'll show you what you do with the shrimpy in a second. It's a little messy. Yeah. All right. You need 2 stalks of lemongrass. 2 stalks of lemongrass. You need, and this I couldn't find, so this is where we do a substitute. If you can find lime leaves, which are either called tafir or makrut lime leaves, the Asian market doesn't have it. It's a staple of Thai cooking. They didn't have the leaves. So what you can do is you can do zesting of the lime. So for this recipe, you need just under a teaspoon of lime zest. You would be using 6 lime leaves. And when you do the lime leaves, you twist them and turn them before you utilize them. But we're using lime zest just because. Now here's where you need the 8 slices of galanga. And that's what you really got to go to the Asian market for. Your big grocery stores aren't going to have galanga. Well, maybe some of them will, like a Wegmans, but not mine. Mine doesn't even have nori to make sushi. It's a step back. But you need 8 slices. I got it pre-sliced. You could get galanga fresh, and fresh you would just slice it and like 1/4-inch slices. This, I haven't even opened my bag, but I'm going to just take 8 slices out. That's pre-sliced. If you get frozen, now this was fresh frozen. You can get galanka you know what a galanka looks like. You can get it frozen, but then you have to be careful when you defrost it that you don't lose the juices of it. But we're using this Asian Best, it's called. Then you can, if you want to, 2 to 5 Thai chilies, and you cut them into tiny little minces, or you can pound them into a paste. I'm not using Thai chili because it was expensive for Thai. It was like $4.25, and you got like 50 Thai chilies, and I'm not going to use them. So I'm using jalapeno, and you can use jalapeno because I keep jalapeno in my freezer. You're going to need about 7 ounces of mushrooms. I'm using oyster mushrooms, and oyster mushrooms I really would recommend. They're really good, tasty. You're going to need, this is where my challenge, and luckily I had this at home. You're going to need some Thai chili sauce. Thai chili sauce. I tried to communicate to the Asian person that I wanted Thai chili sauce. It's pad something out there. I sort of did that, but Kikkoman has a Thai-style chili sauce, and luckily I have that. What you don't want to use, and I have some, you do not want, if you're going to the Asian market and say, well, I'm making tom yum and I'm going to get the tom yum paste, you do not want to use the tom yum paste in this recipe. The tom yum paste is for something else. That's why I have it here in my kitchen. But you want to get a Thai chili paste. Then you want to get fish sauce. A bottle of fish sauce costs a few bucks, but I have it in the fridge, so it basically costs me nothing. Then you need lime juice. So I got limes because I was zesting the limes. And you're going to need a half cup of fresh lime juice. Now, that's about 4 limes. 4 limes. And there's a big difference between fresh limes that you squeeze and concentrated lime juice. Concentrated lime juice you can use, you can use, but fresh lime juice will create a better flavor for the soup. Possibly a teaspoon of sugar. You're going to have a teaspoon of sugar, keeps the medicine down. Then you can do, I'm doing some chopped cilantro. I'm doing some chopped tomatoes. I'm doing some peas and pod for all that. So that's what you need for this. You need some chopped onion. So I'm going to put the lemongrass back over here. All right. This is sort of like the ooh part of this. Ooh part of this. All right. You want to take the shells off of your shrimp. You also want to take the head off of the shrimp, because we're going to be, I'm going to turn that up right now. You're going to be making the shrimp broth, and you're going to be utilizing the shells, but most importantly, the heads of the shrimp, because inside the heads of the shrimp are the little shrimpy brains. I don't know what else, tamale. I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but it adds a certain flavor, a certain wow. Actually, I'm going to go over by the sink to do this. It can be messy. It's like you're watching a horror movie. You know, those of you who are into horror movies, and I need my little device. I highly recommend, if you're amongst your tools, if you're doing shrimp, that you have a little shrimp knife like this. This is such a cool tool. Or this that helps separate. But here's what we're going to do. You're only going to see this once because I did all the other shrimp already. You go right behind the back of the shrimp. Right behind the back of the shrimp's head, and you twist it. Twist it. And you're going to see, ooh, you might say ooh, but you're going to put that in there. Then you're going to take your knife and you're going to go up the back of the shrimp, and you're going to sort of do a sawing motion. And what this is going to do, it's going to create a butterfly of the shrimp, but it also will get rid of that digestive tract that you do not want to eat, a shrimp digestive tract. So we're going to peel the shell, and yeah, your hands are going to be a little messy. Then we're going to take the digestive tract of the shrimp, and you might have to use your knife again to get it, and then you're going to pull that out, and you're going to put that, I know that's not a great look, but you're going to put that in the sink, and then I'm just rinsing the shrimp out. So I'm going to put this shrimp with my other shrimp, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these shrimps, I'm going to take you back over this way. All right, so on the oven, we have our soup pot, and we put some oil into it already. Hi, I need to raise that up a little bit. Yeah. All right, we have on the stove a pot with some oil and peanut oil. I'm using a neutral oil. You should use a neutral oil. I'm going to take a half cup of onion, and we're going to put that half cup of onion in. Ooh, I can hear it sizzle. If I can hear it sizzle, you can hear it sizzle. We're going to do that, and then we are going to put the shrimp heads, the shrimp shells. We're going to put that into the pan, and you'll see in a second. All right. This is where I need a sous chef, somebody to help. All right, we're going to stir it up, and I'm going to try and do this to show you what you got to do, which is sort of like, ew, Dave, what are you doing? I don't know. All right, you want to get the tamale, and it's like you're gonna press down. You're gonna press on those fish. Take out your frustration on the shrimpy's head. You're gonna take and you're gonna press down, and you're gonna get this, and you get the onion mix, and you're gonna get real violent, and you're gonna push, and you're see where you see the orange coming out, you know, and you get your spoon and press down. Get that going, get that cooking, get that whatever. That's what you want to do. You want to get it going really good. You want to get it so it's like, yeah, and I'm going to keep doing that. I'm going to like, yeah, think about all the things that have frustrated you during the week, and you can watch if you want to watch. I'm not going to show it all to you, but your kids, this might freak your kids out. So you might do this without your kids handy. I don't know. That's what you want to do. So you can also add into this daikon radish. I almost bought a daikon radish. It was on sale. It was 90 cents a pound, but they're all vegan. I was trying to think, could I pickle the daikon? What else could I use the daikon? Make some Vietnamese, but I got to do that. All right. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to put in the stock, which is going to be 3 cups of chicken broth and a cup of, I'm going to get that. I'll show you again. You want to see that the shells have turned orange or pink or salmon color, whatever. It's not salmon, it's shrimp, but you want to get it. So I'm going to show you the color. When it gets to be this color, what you're going to do, see that color? Yeah, you don't want to see. Keep the kids away from the TV set right now. Yeah, they might not want to see that, but Mr. Shrimpy is, All right, so you're going to get unsalted, or whatever, low sodium, whatever, 3 cups of chicken broth and then 1 cup of water. So 3 cups of chicken broth. We're putting that in there. Well, that's 2 cups. Because this is a 2-cup measure. I got to watch. 3 cups. 3 cups of chicken broth. 1 cup of water. Because you don't want it overly the chicken, but chicken broth is really good in any soup. And you're going to see right away, and I'll show you right away, what this is going to look like. All right, so, that's me. Hey, yeah. You can see that it's already taken on a color from the onions and the shrimp. We'll hide those from you. Yeah, and you're going to let this cook, and you're cooking on a medium high, and you're going to just let this cook for a few minutes. We're going to go back to me. Yeah, we don't want to show that. All right, we're going to let that cook, and I'm going to put that on a timer for 4 minutes. 4 minutes, and then we're going to go over here with our lemongrass while we're waiting for that to cook. And don't worry, you're not going to eat the shrimp pies. No, no, no. All right, lemongrass. Get your handy-dandy chopper. First of all, you take off the root ends. You want to take the root end off. It takes a big push, root end off. You want to take off the leafy ends up here. You want to take off the leafy ends here. So we're going to take that off. Then you're going to pound it. Yeah, I got a little cast iron. You want to pound it because it gets all the juices that are inside flowing. So you want to pound it, cut it in half, and set it aside. And you're using 2 stalks of lemongrass. So again, we're doing the same thing. We're cutting off the root end. We're cutting off you can tell they're like dry ends up here. Get rid of that. We're going to pound this. All right, we're going to pound it. We're going to cut it in half with our little meat cleaver, like Wally cleaver, June cleaver. All right, now we're going to take a look at our galanka, see what we got for galanka. So galanka is a root vegetable. So we're going to take out more than 5 slices. The one thing, this is really important. I'm going to take out a bunch of slices. I'm going to have to figure something else to do with my Golonka. I got a lot of Golonka in here. That was a deal. So I'm taking like that much Golonka. The thing about, one more, Golonka. When you're done, you got two options when you're cooking this tom yum soup. And good morning, if you're just tuning in, I do have coffee. All right, we're going to be getting to the point, and I got to just stir the shrimpies and everything. That once you cook this, there's two options. Traditional Thai folks leave the lemongrass and the Golonka and the lime leaves in. And I just remembered I need one other thing because I'm doing this, and I might not be able to find it. Oh, I found it. You need a bay leaf too, because I just remembered I'm not using the lime leaves, so I'm going to take half of a bay leaf. So I got my bay leaves in here. Actually, bits and pieces of bay leaf. So just like you would not want to eat a bay leaf in your soup, you do not want to eat lemongrass, Golonka, or lime leaves. But the Thai folks leave it in the soup because it's like a decorative. It's like, whoa, it's a cool thing to see. I will try and remove that, but we'll see. All right, next thing we got to do is we have our oyster mushrooms. You can use any mushroom. Oyster mushrooms are really good, tasty. You want to take your oyster mushrooms, and again, you're getting about a half of a pound. Actually, I'm utilizing my soup bowl this morning to do that. So my soup bowl, put the soup bowl over there. So you can use a straw mushroom, you can use a cremini, you can use pretty much anything. You want about a half pound, and you just want to cut these into little bits. And I'm just going to keep stirring that soup for a second or two. And then we're going to be getting close. So you want to chop up your mushroom into bits. And look how great that mushroom is. Oh, yeah. I love mushrooms. So you want to chop your mushroom into just bite-sized bits like that. I'm going to just put it back in there. Just because I like the mushroom head, I'm going to leave that alone. But the other ones, yeah, I know that's beeping. All right, so we're chopping the nice thing about a good mushroom, oyster mushroom, and this oyster mushroom, what you just saw, that whole bunch was less than $3 at the Asian market. So it's not expensive. But what I like about the king oyster mushroom is I have no idea what the bottom half's called, but look at that. Look at that sucker. That is like, it's almost like tofu, and I'm going to just leave that big one there. And the other tradition, which is true in a lot of Asian cultures, but definitely in Thai culture, is that the soup is not served first and then wait till you're done with the soup to serve the main course. Everything is served together, and a lot of people then put some of their rice into the soup, or they put some of the soup into something else. So it's not like we have the habit, and I know I have the habit, of expecting my soup before my main course. But in Thailand, it's a little bit different. That's not what they do. And so we're chopping all this up, and the soup is cooking there. And then the last one, again, get the mushroom head, get the body of the mushroom, cut it into bite-sized pieces, and that is there. All right, we got to go back over here because this has been cooking, and we're moving along. Let's see if we can get done on time. All right, what you want to do now is you want to get a slotted spoon. You can do this one of two ways. I'm doing the slotted spoon way. You want all those shrimp heads and all the shrimp shells that you put in there, now you want to take out. So you want to take that out, and you're going to take that with a slotted spoon, and you're going to discard them. Yeah, so you don't have to worry about, ooh, I don't want to eat a shrimp head. You're not going to eat a shrimp head. You're going to discard that. You can try and, if some of the onions stay in, the onions that, you remember we started with a pan with oil, and we added into that about a half cup of diced onion, and then we added in the shells from 15 shrimp and the heads. Yeah, and the heads. But you can smell the aroma now. And then we got it on a medium heat. I'm just trying to get all the shrimp shells out of there, all the shrimp heads out of there, because I don't want to gross out somebody who might decide to have the tom yum soup with me. I think I've got them all. Yeah, looks like I got most of them. If you accidentally come across a shrimp head when you're eating your soup, just lay it aside. All right, so there's all the that helped cook our soup. All right, so now that we got that, now what we're going to do is we're going to add to our soup the galanka that I told you about. So we're going to add in, if you're cutting your own galanka, I don't know, I would use like 8 slices. I got more than 8 slices. I'm putting that into the soup. Now the other thing, you're going to use lime zest or lime leaves. Again, 6 kaffir, or what the heck do they call it now? They changed the name, Markrut lime leaves. 6 that you're going to squeeze and break and put them in, or you're going to put in a teaspoonful, and I got more than a teaspoonful of lime zest from all those limes. I'll use it for something else. So you're going to get a teaspoonful, and I say a heaping teaspoonful of lime zest. You put that in there. You're going to add to that half of a bay leaf. Now you want to get that stirring up right now, and you're going to stir that up. And then I'm forgetting something else. What do I need to add? Oh, the lemongrass, yeah. We're going to put the lemongrass into the broth, the lemongrass that we got. And we're going to stir that into the mixture of this. So now we have, put the lime and the coconut. All right, so we've got the stock cooking with the stock. All right, the galanka. Oh, we're going to put the mushrooms in. Mushrooms go in. I was forgetting something. That's what was bothering me. Oh, and the chilies. All right, so we that's what was bothering me. I couldn't figure out what I was missing. All right. We're putting in jalapenos. That was a dramatic pause because I was like, I'm forgetting something. So you're going to leave the mushrooms in, but you're going to eventually take out the galanka, the lemongrass, and if you're using the lime leaves, and you're going to take out that bay leaf, and you're going to remove that. So we're going to let this cook. Now I've lost track of where I'm at. All right. All right, we're going to let this cook. Take a deep breath. I need to take a deep breath. Good morning, it's Friday, and I need my coffee. That's what I need. All right, that's going to be cooking for a few minutes. Getting those mushrooms and the galanka and the lemongrass and the lime zest and the chilies all cooking. Depending on your love of chilies, you can make it really chili or chili. I'll go through the recipe one more time. Tell you what you need. So, while we're letting this go, you can add different ingredients to this soup. I'm going to just take. I didn't have a spoon. All right, I do have a spoon. I have a spoon here. I just want to take a sip of the broth. Yeah. All right. here's what we're doing. We're making tom yum soup with shrimp, tom yum goon. We are in our Thai mood, our Tai Chi mood. So we have 15 large to medium shrimp, which is about 3/4 of a pound of shrimp. We're going to take the shell, and these with heads on. You can make this without doing your own shrimp broth, and in that case, what you would do is use just chicken broth. But we're doing it with the heads on. So you want to take the shells off the shrimp, devein the shrimp, gently twist the heads off of the shrimp. Then you heat up a couple of tablespoons of neutral oil, a peanut oil, a canola oil. I use the peanut oil. You put a 1/2 cup of diced onions along with those heads, those shells, and you cook that for a few minutes until they turn salmon. Then you add in 3 cups of chicken broth and 1 cup of water, and you cook that for about 5 minutes. Then you take out the shrimp heads, the shrimp shells. You could either put it through a thing, pour it in, or use a slotted spoon, which is what I do. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take about 7 ounces, a 1/2 pound of mushrooms diced, cut into bite-sized pieces. You're going to put that in. You're going to take 2 stalks of lemongrass that you've cut the hard end off and the top leaves off and pounded it, cut it in half, put that in there. You're going to put in 6 kaffir lime leaves. I'm going to keep calling them kaffir lime leaves that you sort of bruise and twist. If you can't find that, you're going to put in a teaspoon of lime zest and a 1/2 of a good-sized bay leaf. And you're going to put, Thai chilies or jalapeno in my case, to add a little bit of that flavor, and you're going to get that cooking, and then this is going to cook for another 2 minutes. I should have put that. So you put all that in, and you get that cooking. All right. So the other things that you have ready for this, you're going to add in some tomatoes, and actually the tomatoes are going to go in with when we add the shrimp. We're going to put the tomatoes. I diced up 2 plum tomatoes. I'm not sure exactly how much that is, but 2 plum tomatoes. So this is cooking right now on a medium-high heat to get all those flavors incorporated in the soup. You can add in, I'm going to add in cilantro, scallions. I'm going to add in green pea pods and the shrimp. All that stuff's going to go in. But right now it's busy cooking, and I'm going to get the Word of God for the people of God, which is over here as we move along. We're running way late again. So I've been doing late lately. All right, this is from the Hebrews. So then let's run the race that is laid out in front of us. Since we have such a great cloud of witnesses surrounding us, let's throw off any extra baggage, get rid of the sin that trips us up, and fix our eyes upon Jesus, faith's pioneer and perfecter. He endured the cross, ignoring the shame for the sake of the joy that was laid out in front of him, and sat down on the right side of God's throne. Yeah, I know, way too long. I have to get back to some shorter recipes, but anyhow. So that has been cooking. Now what we want to do is add in our tomatoes, add in our shrimp. You're not going to want the shrimp to cook too long. You're going to ladle out a little bit of that hot broth. I'll show you because the Thai chili paste is really thick. Actually, I'll show you how thick it is. It's really thick. So you want to put in broth ahead of time, and you're going to add that now too. So we're going to add in the Thai chili paste, but you're going to stir it up in a bowl to get it so it's not all thick and sticky. And you're going to stir that up until it's almost liquidy. So it's still got a little bit too much of the paste, so I'm going to just put in a little bit more. And then we're going to pour that into our soup mix. Now it's like liquid. Now we're going to pour that in. And that was a 1/4 cup of the chili paste goes in. And we're going to stir that in. The shrimp are going to cook real quick. So we're going to stir that together. Like I say, I'm adding in some cilantro and I'm adding in some scallions. So we're going to put those in. We got cilantro, I don't know, a little bit of a cilantro. That goes in, that's beeping. We're going to put in a little bit of scallions. That goes in. We're going to put in the key thing, which I was almost forgetting, the lime juice, a 1/2 cup of lime juice. All that. Now you stir that and I'll show you this in a second, and it's so good. And you get all these flavors blending together. If it's too sour, the first taste on your palate should be a sour taste. If it's too sour, you can add up to a teaspoon of granulated sugar. So I'll show you this, and then I'll taste it and see. All right, here's what it looks like. Boy, all right. See how good that looks? It looks so good. All right, I have to give it a little taste to see. Yeah. That Thai chili paste is not a hot thing. It is a sweet and salty thing. So this does not need any additional sugar. All right, sugar. All right. Time to take it out. That's it. Get my bowl. And again, you don't want to eat the galanka. I'm not picking the galanka out just because I don't have time to do that with you. All right, for a little crunch, I'm putting on a couple of snow pea pods into my soup. I'll show you the soup, and I'm going to I need a big spoonful of the soup right now. All right, here's the soup. And we're going to get a shrimpy. All right, look at that. Yum, Tom Yum Goon. Spot on. It might take a little hassle. It is so good. Easy to make, less than $16. I hope you enjoy it. I talked a long time. Let's pray. Dear God, help us get on our day. Help us to reflect you and all we do. We pray this in Jesus' name. Amen. I'm out of here. Breakfast, soup, and I'm making an Asian pancake to go with it. Yeah, it's so good.